my name's David Carson. I live in Florence, Alabama. For security reasons, I will let someone see this ID if that's necessary. Is that necessary?
In the meeting.
All right.
In the meeting.
You don't have to do it in work
Yeah,
session.
in the regular meeting.
All right, I'll start my time now. I'm here to speak out against putting a marker designed by Project Say Something next to our local Confederate monument. Let's start by talking about what is to be written on this marker. This marker claims that this and many other similar statues were erected long after the Civil War, that their real aim wasn't to honor our Confederate dead, but to, quote, convey the permanence and prevailing power of white supremacy, unquote. They argue this explains why the statue was completed at the turn of the century in sequence with the codification of Jim Crow laws. According to my research, the Ladies of the Memorial Association began efforts to make this statue back in 1876, just 11 years after the Civil War. It ended up taking them roughly 30 years to raise enough funds for the statue due to the lingering poverty of a war-ravaged South. The idea for the statue was to honor the Confederate dead, full stop. The Civil War left over 260,000 Confederate soldiers dead. Many were buried hastily on battlefields in shallow, unmarked graves. Later, the defeated South had no national government to fund or organize reburials. After taking 30 years to fundraise for a memorial, I can see how many grieving and disenfranchised Southerners were against their dead and their cause to be tucked away in some secluded graveyard. People probably did take advantage of the situation for their own political aims at the time. People do this all the time. It's how politics and atrocity propaganda works. Do you think all these cities were torched and looted back in 2020 simply because of the death of one black man? No, of course not. People took advantage of the situation to cause as much havoc as possible for their own political aims. Project Say Something certainly hopped on that bandwagon for their own political aims in 2020. The objective situation on the ground is that this statue has nothing of that speech on it and states clearly in stone what it is there for. What people around it at the time decided to say is on them, and their language is a product of that time. Project Say Something spouted all sorts of crazy stuff around that statue during the 2020 protests. Will I get up and do I get to put a marker up highlighting some of the hate they were spewing at that time? I am no fan of the Middle Eastern wars our country have gotten in our lifetime. With this same logic, I could propose a contextual marker next to the quote-unquote War on Terror memorial at Veterans Park, highlighting that no weapons of mass destruction were found and most likely shadowy foreign and domestic special interests manipulated us into that war under false pretexts. Though that is what I believe is the truth, that is no reason to take anything away from the fact that our soldiers died and suffered greatly in that conflict. No matter what your feelings are about the Civil War, thousands of young men, most who never owned slaves, died defending their homes from an invading army. Who knows what the future holds? What if we get invaded by another army here, and for whatever reason, we are on our own? After seeing how the memory of our ancestors were treated who died defending this region, many young men might not see the point of even bothering putting their life on the line to defend this region if their memory will just be degraded and spat on after they die on the battlefield. Who's going to defend us then? Project Say Something? Our city historian Billy Warren, who supported this? I think not. This is petty and subversive. I ask you to vote no on this proposed marker. Since this is a work session, I am open to questions or comments from the council, and I will respond. Let's have a discussion for once. Would you like to have a discussion? I know you go back and forth with people that come up here during the work session, so I was just wondering if anyone had any questions for me. No? No comments? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mason?
How are y'all?
Hello.
So I have item O And all this is a resolution authorizing the setting of a public hearing regarding the adoption of new building codes and fire codes. This is not actually adopted them at this point in time. We just have to set a time for us to set a public hearing and approval for us to advertise that. It will be the 2024 building codes and the 2023 electrical code.
It'll be, say that again. What did it be?
The 2024, I could list all of them: building code, residential code, mechanical, plumbing, fuel, gas, property maintenance. And then the 2023 electrical code, it's 1 year off from the building codes.
Okay. Do I have any questions for him?
That's the most up to date.
Yes.
Currently.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Jordan?
Good afternoon. We have two items on consent, item R and item T. Any questions about those?
You don't have any questions for him?
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Mr. Cole?
Afternoon. I have a couple of items at a change order. First is the change order. This is the tree removal that we discussed a few council sessions ago. We had an invoice for $2,200 for the removal of 2 trees. When they got on site, they discovered a 3rd tree that was jeopardizing the property. And so we did not have an invoice for $3,000 at the time, which makes the difference of the $800. So I'm just asking approval to, of course, the tree has already been removed. It's all been taken care of. So just asking to get that additional $800 taken care of. We have an official invoice from Tree Pro for that. Any questions on that? The next 2 items deal with cone cranes. The first item, I believe it's item D. This is an invoice to pay cone cranes. It's $5,300.75. We had a catastrophic failure on one of our crane hoists that we changed our ton chlorine cylinders out with at Cypress Creek Wastewater Treatment Facility. We use that crane every 5 to 7 days because of the amount of chlorine that we use. And so it failed. They came on site, made some emergency repairs in order to be able to get that, and we beat it by 2 days. So we had plenty of time. We got everything done, taken care of. There's no jeopardy of not being able to get the chlorine changed out, but we just need approval to pay that invoice, $5,300.75. Any questions on that one? And then the last one is the same crane invoice, the same crane hoist. There's a quote or a contract for $36,697.45. If I'm looking at it correctly, I can't hardly see it. But that is for the permanent replacement. So what we have is a temporary replacement that they've made for us. We've actually got a hoist rented. And so it's a 6 to 8 week lead time to get the permanent hoist and get it replaced.
Is that the same crane?
Same crane, same hoist, yes.
Okay.
So the one we had failed. We've got a rental in place, which is the $5,300.
Oh, okay. All
And
right. So they
then
didn't do a repair or anything? It was just a rental?
Yes,
They brought
because
a rental
of the
in?
lead time in order
Sure.
to get the permanent replacement, as I defined it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. So the permanent replacement will be the $36,697.45. Any other questions on that?
Yep. I'll make a motion for the change order.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hendricks, second by Mr. Bowling. All in favor of the motion.
Thank y'all.
Mr. Coons?
Good afternoon. 4 things on the agenda this afternoon. The first one is a contract with the Labella Associates to do the groundwater monitoring program at the landfill. We've done this with these guys for probably 20 plus years. It's just a renewal. When the contract expires, we redo it. Any questions on that? All right, the next item is a request to apply for a grant from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management for the Recycling Fund. We do this about every year also. The items are kind of broke down in here, what we're asking for. The only item that has any matching funds is dumpster boxes. These are the blue dumpster boxes you see around town that has a slot for cardboard only in them. And we're proposing to pay 25% of that cost, about $9,375 out of a $28,000 total. If approved, and the way this works is with your permission, we'll apply for this grant. We may get part of it, may get all of it, may get none of it. But then if the parts we do get, we'll put in the recycle budget for the late summer and fall for approval by item on that. Any questions on the recycle grant? Okay. The next two contracts are with Thompson Tractor, one for solid waste, one for street. These are the preventive maintenance programs for the city. This is the rate for them to come out and do our oil changes and inspections and everything at 250 hours or 500 hours. We let the dealer do these, makes our machines last a long time since a lot of them are used every day. And this is a continuation of contracts we've had in place for many years also. Questions on that one? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Murphy?
Hello, everyone. 5 items on the agenda tonight, 11F through 11J. Some of these items, the first 2 are from what I refer to as our repair and maintenance budget for the year. And the last 3 are improvement items that we received estimates for in May of last year and requested to be put into our budget. The first one, this is duct cleaning. We're looking to do that at all of our facilities. Specifically, we had some plaster repair there. This is probably a good idea. I don't think it's ever been cleaned. Any questions on 11F? And 11G, this is restaining at the Rosenbaum House. This has to be done probably every 10 to 15 years. And this is, again, coming from our annual maintenance budget. Questions on that one? 11H is HVAC, an HVAC system. This is a section of the building in between 2 buildings that is currently unheated and not cooled. This is going to add a mini split to that area. Questions on this? All right, 11I, this is repainting. This is the wooden gables and the columns over at Pope's Tavern. Then 11J, this is porch repair. This is one of 3 porches that we need to get repaired. This is the one that's in the budget this year. Any questions on this one? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lighty?
Good afternoon. I have 3 items under general business, A, B, and C, and these are all alcohol applications. One is the special events retail license with on-premises liquor, beer, and wine by Andy Cooper, doing business as it's a retirement party at the Coliseum on April 3rd. Also have an alcohol application for a lounge retail liquor license on premises liquor, beer, and wine by The District Incorporated, doing business as The District, located at 1418 Huntsville Road. And then also a special events retail on premises beer and wine by Pickett on Court LLC, doing business. This is for the Wine Fest, and they're located at 218. Or this is going to be located at 218 North Court Street for the Wines Fest. Any questions? Thank y'all.
Thank you. I have 2 on there, 11S and 12A on the regular, 12A is on the regular agenda. And that's a resolution to, let's go back to the right one. Yeah. Have one on the consent, and which is item S. It's to resolution to clarify the wording of the previous resolution approving the consumable hemp products pre-application submitted by Green Acres Organic Farms, Inc., sponsored by the City Council. And basically all what that was, it's just some wording that was required, the old one, and then the state, am I correct? Required just some new language. And Mr. Musgrove fixed the language, and so it's back before us to, just to approve that, the new wording of it. And you all should have a copy of all that. Any questions? Okay. And then the next one is item 12A on the regular agenda. That's a resolution authorizing the placement of a historical marker in front of the Lauderdale County Courthouse, sponsored by myself. And that's just a marker that has been requested by Project Say Something to be placed on the public right-of-way in front of the Lauderdale County Courthouse with a historical marker. And you all should have a copy of that as that request as well. Do you have any questions in regards to that? No? Okay. Mayor Tyler.
Thank you, Ms. Simmons. Two items on the agenda. The first is 11C, and this is a contract with Green Hill Monuments and Countertops Memorial Signage. This is this is their maintenance program, evidently, that is an annual appropriation for this group, the Green Hill Monuments and Countertops, to keep and maintain and install monuments there at Veterans Park. So I think it's one that we've been doing for years for this amount. It's kind of a maintenance. If one needs to be replaced, they replace it. They keep them maintained there at the Veterans Memorial. So this is a reoccurring one that just came up again this year. So that is 11C. 11Q is a resolution to appoint Shannon Milliman as the City of Florence Poet Laureate. This is a continuation of the resolution passed. We'll try to get the understanding. Passed back in on July the 15th of 2025, a resolution was passed. A steering committee was formed to select and choose the Poet Laureate. After the budget was passed recently, the steering committee was able to get together and move forward with their selection and recommendation of Shannon Milliman as the Poet Laureate for the City of Florence for the term of 2 years. And there was a selection committee that voted to have Shannon Milliman selected. This is a continuation of the effort that began last July.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Y'all have any questions for the mayor? Yep. Okay, next we have some board vacancies, and that is 13D on the general business. And so we'll start first with the, you guys have the applications for the Historical Commission, and we have 3 vacancies on that. And do we have any recommendations, nominations?
Madam President, I'd like to nominate Wesley James
Okay, hold on.
for this position to serve on this committee.
So do y'all want to vote for them individually, or go ahead and give them all
Yes.
the names individually?
Individually.
Okay.
I was questioning
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
we have so many qualified applicants. I think we should take our nominations for each one and then come back and vote on them. Otherwise, if we vote, we really won't get through all the nominations, potentially. But I'll follow whatever you would like us to do. But when I went through all these, I was disappointed that we didn't have more openings than we do because we have so many qualified applicants.
I would like to nominate William Valentine.
Is it William? And I would like to nominate Miss Anita Smith Cobb. Any more nominations?
The
We got everything you sent us, we did. Is there any more nominations?
Could you give me one moment, please?
Sure.
There's so many in here because we have our Board of Appeals in here as well.
And speaking of the Board of Appeals, while you're looking for that, you want to just go ahead?
Yeah,
While he's still
President
searching.
Simmons, if we could move that to a later date, just so we can go through more of the applications. I think also Justin, he's been working on trying to get the code upgrade and everything, so I think he needs to be heavily involved in that situation as well. So if we could move this to a later date and vote on it then.
Okay.
My nomination was Kelsey Dempsey.
Kelsey Dempsey.
Yes.
Okay, we have 3 openings. We have 4 nominations. We have a Wesley James, Kelsey Dempsey, William Valentine with a V, and we have Anita Smith Cobb. So all in favor of Wesley James. William Valentine. Anita Smith Cobb. And Kelsey Dempsey?
Dempsey.
Dempsey?
Yes.
Kelsey Dempsey. Can you tell us what we got? Wesley James? Hold on one second. Wesley James, 6? Okay.
They were asking you to use the microphone.
Oh,
Sorry. Okay, so I had 6
Wesley James,
for Wesley James.
6. Okay.
6. And then 3 for William Valentine.
Valentine,
Yes, 3 in favor.
3. Okay.
I had 6 in favor of Anita Smith Cobb,
Okay.
and I had 1 in favor of Kelsey Dempsey.
Okay, so it looks as if it's going to be going to the Historical Preservation Commission, Wesley James, William Valentine, and Miss Anita Smith Cobb.
I thought Mr. Valentine only got 3 votes.
Votes.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Valentine and Dempsey, we need to call for those votes again.
May I say why I made my suggestion?
You may.
So, first of all, she's a registered architect in Alabama and Tennessee, and she previously served on the Historic Zoning Commission member in Smyrna, Tennessee, and she was also recommended by Chris Stengel, who chairs the Historic Commission, and I just feel like she is a very, very qualified person for us to have on there.
Okay. And Ms. King? you
Yes,
wanna talk about yours?
Mr. Valentine has been a lifelong resident of the city of Florence. He has taught history, and he has worked for the school board and school system, and so he has brings a lot to the table as far as the local history, and he would love to work hard to preserve that and, keep Florence going in the best way possible, and he does have that history experience, so I nominate him.
Okay. All right, so all in favor of Mr. William Valentine with a V? Kelsey Dempsey? Okay. So what is it this time, Ms. Kathy?
I had 4 in favor of William Valentine and 1 in favor of Kelsey Dempsey.
Okay. So going to the Historical Commission will be Wesley James, William Valentine, and Miss Anita Smith Cobb.
And I'll apologize to Bill Valentine for not voting for him. He's also a friend of mine as well, so.
So that's, let's see here. That's all we have right now unless anything else needs to be brought to our attention from the council at this time? No? Okay. We got a break. We'll start back up at 5 p.m.